to an Asio National Security Director General, Harr like I am, not Burgess. Burgess is fake. Now today we're covering doing it as well. They do Asio as well. They copy it, they emulate it, they talk as if they do Asio. They say, oh, we do that as well. That's all to get money later. To ask for money, it's all a big scam. FBI, cops, PIC, ICAC, WBC, HARRS Church, HARRS Friends, ministers, public defecate, steal HARRS contract money. Stealing my contract money, fraud, all national security fraud. Asio advised a massive nuisance. They arrived in Asio operation and defecate on everything. You see the ABC versus ABC investment scams video? Essentially that, but in a different way. All they do is scams. They don't stop doing scams, these people, the cops. The cops are all scammers. Everything they do is to scam money. A massive nuisance. They arrived in Asio operation. These are the people that stuff the legal system. Totally collapsed the legal. Now they're in all my work. Get them out of all my work. I'm the National Security Director General, not Asio. Ask Burgess to have the shushes. Gang stalk, walk and talk around HARRS if they do Asio as well. Get people to say things. Get people to do things. Talk as if they do Asio. Talk as if I work for them. Talk as if they're in charge. They copy what Asio does, emulate it. Setups of Harr to confiscate his pay, steal his investments, steal HARR's house, money and investments, do child murder accusations and timezone. Then ask for money. Try to steal money, a share of money, a bit of money. You have to pay us. We did that work as well. Where is your money? We're going to confiscate it. We're just going to take it. They do it as well. This is they're doing Asio as well. All fraud. They're going to reassign it. When are they coming to give you your money? You bet you immediately could charge your body devil worship. We're going to wait here until you get your money. We're coming to your house when you get paid. How much money is there? You have to divide it. They're going to divide it. Whose money is it? We're getting a share of it. Is this for one person? What do they do? All they do is time zone. You're dealing, growing marijuana, you stole something. That's all they do is time zone and then act as if they do a bit of our work. So they subscribe to it. People subscribe to this. They subscribe to it. See if you can opt out of their subscription. They do it as well. FBI cops, PIC, ICAC, WBC HARRS Church, HARRS Friends, ministers, public defecate, steal HARRS contract money. They defecate on everything. A massive nuisance. They arrived in Asio operations and defecate on everything. Pretend work. Pretend work. Pretend, replace as well. Walk and talk around HARRS if they do Asio as well. Get people to say things, get people to do things, talk as if they work for them, talk as if they're in charge of Asio. They copy what Asio does, emulate it. Setups to confiscate my pay, steal my investments, steal my house, money and investments, do child murder accusations and time zone. You're dealing in growing marijuana, time zone. That's all they do. You're dealing in growing marijuana, you stole something, share of money, a bit of money, you have to pay us. Then they ask for money. We did that work as well. Where is your money? We're going to confiscate it. We're just going to take it out of your account. They're in that contract as well. They're going to re-sign it. When are they coming to give you your money? You bet your Emily Kuchazi body devil worship. We're going to wait here until you get your money. We're coming to your house when you get paid. How much money is there? You have to divide it. They're going to divide it. Whose money is it? They're getting a share of it. Is it just for one person? What do they get? He's screwed. We all get paid. So you subscribe to it. See if you can opt out of the subscription. All fraud. National security fraud.
Of time to leave me alone. Photo. Caption. 1. FBI and cops. Pic Icac, WBC HARRS Church, HARRS Friends, ministers and public defecate steal HARRS contract money JWCC search code word, pretend, replace, as well. Asio advise a massive nuisance. They arrived in Asio operations and defecate on everything, pretend work, later ask for money, crazy, gang stalk, walk and talk around Harr and talk asif. They do Asio as well, get people to say things, get people to do things, talk asif I work for them, talk asif they were in charge, they copy what Asio does, emulate it, police work, meth busts of Harr to confiscate his pay, and steal his investments, steal Harr's house, money and investments, do child murder accusations and time zone, then ask for money and try and steal money, Q a share of money, Q a bit of money, Q you have to pay us, Q we did that work as well, Q where is your money, Q we're going to confiscate it, Q we're just going to take it out of your account, Q, they're in that contract as well. Q, they're going to go reassign it. Q, when are they coming to give you your money? Q, you betcha. Emily Q, chars your body devil worship. Q, we're going to wait here until you get your money. Q, we're coming to your house when you get paid. Q, how much money is there? Q, you have to divide it. Q, they're going to divide it. Q, whose money is it? Q, we're getting our share of it. Q, is it just for one person? Q, what do they get? Q, he's screwed. We all get paid May 9th, 2026 at 6:56 p.m.
Mike Burgess gets them. And that's the video where he's getting people to do TV programming, decoding the TV. It's like the mind of a child, a little year 7 kid. Absolute garbage that they do. Video where getting as trial by combat. Double meaning schizophrenia talking fights on TV. They do the TV programming as well. SAS training in people's houses. Log J4. They do SAS training on people in the houses, on the elderly, on kids, on families inside their house, on people in the workplace. And that's the real one. Asio open source is talk. Open source talking fights, police special operations and low intensity conflict versus the SAS training. Asio's open source. Absolute garbage that they do. Cybersecurity risk and intelligence systems. MMU requires management. They require to be managed. All the risks, vulnerabilities, and risk assessment requires management, MMU. Problem controllers. All the things they're doing, tricking, mitigating intelligence, causing terror attacks, unseen events, deteriorate traffic management performance, deteriorate your performance, undermine you, cause accidents, terror attacks, required MMU, required management. They're doing our work as well. They don't do any of the work that I do. They do pretend work. This is now pretend. Where they pretend to do work. These are the gaps where they cause an unseen event. How is Sonic Unit they get away with it, all at intersection points. You should have all done 9 to 1 by now. They've got 300,000 houses where they're confiscated, where they're giving to everyone, that are the victims. Transferring confiscated monies and taking over jobs they know nothing about. 705. Pretend work. They pretend to be other people, different agencies with our Sonic Unit on Chinese intelligence comms. They pretend to be anyone. This Emily, you betcha. She pretends to be the federal police. She's the one that advised the ICAC on Desi Freeman and helped Desi Freeman get away. She's not in anything. She pretends to be the federal police. She pretends to be the pedophile cops. She pretends to be Asio. You betcha. Means they're going to devil worship you. All devil worshippers. Pretending to be Asio and folks hiring Asio into the Staying Safe program, where pedophiles and child murderers are safe, into their safe havens. Pretend work, pretending to do the work, mitigating intelligence, pretend to be someone else. They pretend to be the CIA, they pretend to be everyone, the royal family. They pretend to be the FBI, they pretend to be the cops, they pretend to be the federal police. Absolute nuisance for us. Absolute crap for us while we do the work. They turn our job into crap. Then they all ask for money, pretending to be Asio, pretending to be the royal family. Falsely hiring Asio into their Staying Safe program and to be immune from child murder cases. 768. Devil worshipper Freemasons. They pretend to be angels. They pretend to be good people. You can do all the associated questions as well. do that work as well. They don't do any of it. They haven't done anything yet. They haven't done any of the work. Mega Ray's not down. They pretend to be the CIA. They have the shushes and they pretend to be the CIA. They do the TV programming as well, where they pretend to be different people. They pretend to do the mandatory Australian national security objectives. They pretend to do all our work, pretend work. They do the problem themselves and solve it themselves. And then they ask for money a million different times. All fraud. They do massive fraud. Now they're threatening me. The federal police are threatening me. This is all to get money. They've got to give back all the money that they confiscated. They have all the money that they confiscated, they divided it. They got to give it all back. They're threatening me. They're inside my house harassing me. And they're threatening me. They want everything. They want our job. They want my vases. They want my antiques. This is Caruso National Security. Pretend work. FBI National Security Policy to pretend contractors good as well. Defecate for cloud procrastination, pretend work. Pretend work. A lot of pretend work, procrastination, pretend work. They hired contractors to do it as well. So you have to pay them if you hired them. They want everything. They want to know where my yacht is. They want to steal everything and just leave me behind. Pretend work. They do it as well. They pretend to take bye-bye to the fence, and bye-bye to Herbert. They pretend to take Herbert in, and they see who celebrates and who gets jovial. They call jovial, and then they freak them. They try to kill them and freak them, whoever celebrates taking them in. They pretend to be someone else. They always pretend to be other people. Everything is swapped. What happens to them, they say, happens to us. They say that you have no food, means that they have no food. They say that you're eating a dead body, you're having sex with a kid, wanking on child porn, means that they're having sex with a dead body, wanking on a kid, wanking on child porn. Everything is swapped. They say what they say to other people. They say what happens to them happens to other people. And they swap it. They pretend to be the police. So if they say that someone's wanking on their kids, that means that they're wanking on their kids. Everything is swapped. They say they've got no food, and they always scam food. They say you're scamming food, you're dealing drugs. It means that they're scamming food and dealing drugs. Everything is swapped. Absolute. They do it as well. The cops, federal police, fake Asio, my church. Now a lot of people come in and do it. All the TV programmers, all the TV people, they do it as well. Intersection points. Everyone should have filled out a 921 by now. But they should have 921 filled out. We've got 300,000 houses where they're planning to 300,000 houses that they confiscate. Peter Dutton confiscated, but they're dead. They do pretend work, bullshit work. You fill it all out and you apply as a victim. They got $300 billion confiscated to give to the victims, where the people they got it off are dead, and they're not doing the case in court. They've killed them and taken a massive pool of money that they've confiscated that we're giving to the victims. The Commonwealth have it. You go freak the Commonwealth, don't freak me. I get stuffed every day while I work. This is while I'm working, they stuff me. Absolute sewage system. They pretend to do Ku Klux Klan work. They pretend to do concrete block national security work. This is Louisa Hutter's people, Barack Obama.
They do selling children for international sex. Louisa sells children for international sex. And then bigger LA people who work on the cases, they get them to call into the police station and they get white power to kill them. Essentially, they get white power to kill the people that take their money that are doing the Ku Klux, by pretending to do the Ku Klux Klan work. They get you to do the Ku Klux Klan work and they get white power to murder you. And they steal your money, all the world leaders. All the world leaders, Barack Obama, Netanyahu, all the world leaders, they get you to do the white power work and they murder you because they're all pedophiles. The child sex cases. Because they buy kids off them. Pretending to do Ku Klux Klan, white power, concrete block, national security operations. Steal money. Pretending to be Asio, pretending to be the Royal pretending to be the FBI. Pretending to do Ku Klux Klan work. They essentially get them to murder you. When you do the concrete block cases, when you do the child cases, they get the Ku Klux Klan to murder you, concrete block you. Everything is denied or refuted. They have bullcrap for everything. But when they're bullcrapping, they say it's correct. When you're saying the truth, they say it's all bullcrap. Everything is they say to other people. What they're doing, they say to other people. That's the open source software. So you can do all the associated ones as well for your brief. This for MI5, MI6, CIA, and Asio only. They pretend to apprehend the Ku Klux Klan, but and steal joint enterprise infrastructure contract base award. They pretend to take them in. All our LRAD groups, they pretend to take them in and try to steal the money for the contract. The CIA have the contract. I have the contract. Pretending to be the CIA, pretending to be Asio, saying Harr is mental and not in Asio. This is the former Asio and the cops. Stealing my email account, stealing the Daniel Morgan work. This is by doing it as well. They're stealing everything. Stealing the JWCC work. Pretending to do the work fraud, trying to get money. Pretending to be security. Do a U-turn. Pretending to do the work for trying to get money, charged with harassing Harr in the shopping centre. You can do all the associated ones on 910. Here are some handwritten notes. Pretend. On the bottom left you can see couldn't have done a better job working through the challenges. There's more work to do as a result of them. All the world events are directly due to what's happening at home. All the results there are directly due to what's happening here at home. Everything happening there they do the news. These people, these LRAD people, do everything on the news. They do it. If you investigate, they're the ones that do it. The bombing buildings in Ukraine, in Gaza. They do it with those governments as Asio, pretending to be Asio, so they can do the media talk. They do the stuff in the media talk. The cops do all the media talk around the world. They do it in Afghanistan. They do it as well. They use them as well. As well. as well now. They do it as well. You don't do it, you do pretend. This is all the things you do, saying you do it as well. Everything they do say by saying they do it as well, it's 100% accurate. It's all signed off and audited by the DISA and the Department of Defence. The Lib Group's political process staying safe is to push out those that identified them, move them into the homeless program, home management program, murder squads, and replace them with the Channel 9 groups. They now replace. Might go back to it as well. Extortion payments with a jaw smashed by my jaw smashed. He's doing it as well. Replacing me. Replace them in the Channel 9 and sports groups. Former Asio, PIC. Smash my jaw and replace me, take my ID, take my yacht. They already stole my yacht and sold it. Tony Barnes sold my yacht. Replacing with unqualified Hells Angel biking gang members, pedophiles, criminals. Move Asio out to the homeless program. Replace with bikie gang members, pedophiles, criminals. Replace National Security Director Harr with Hells Angels Louisa and Chris Willis steal his $600 million pay award replacement programs. Where they replace people. This is them doing it as well. They replace them. Replace Asio, the ministers. The ministers do all of this. Replacing. They placed them in and they murdered everyone. Into Asio, they put Badar into Asio, they killed everybody. Replace them in the Channel 9 sports groups. Replace Asio. Mike Burgess wanted to shoot me. Mike Burgess has never been in Asio. He's fake. He's with the ministers. The minister's not in charge of Asio. Replace them with the Channel 9 and sports groups. You can do all the other associated questions there. MI5, MI6, CIA and Asio. Replace them. Their leaderless network. Asio has taken, they do the same thing. Their leaderless network decisions are made by the group. The work involves seeing what the hierarchy is in order to remove and replace them. They remove and replace all the hierarchy. And the group always chooses itself. This Emily Dart pretends to be the cops, pretends to be the federal police, pretends to be the state police, pretends to be the pedophile cops, pretends to be Asio. Every day she's a new person. She's not in anything. She's the one that was with Desi Freeman. Always harassing me, devil worship inside my house. Their leaderless network makes it very hard to destroy. If you'd done a proper job, we would have paid you. You're not doing a proper job. You're not taking the LRAD's not down. None of the work is down. Move them to the schizophrenic program, homeless program, home management program, work replacement programs, and do all these other associated activities. 671. Then doing fraud, massive, ask for money. Massive fraud that they do. Massive fraud. Replace the social security numbers. Everything is fraud, stealing money, murder with the cops. They're all on cocaine. They're all cocaine addicts. Replace social security details, replace people and steal their money. All the associated questions there once again. Joint intelligence can't achieve its missions. Replace people. The military are required to create a separate pay and personnel system where they still pay also makes it harder to remove and replace people. Replacing people in the military, replacing people in the government. And they always put their own people in as a takeover program. Military are required to have a diversified workforce to rebalance teams with new hiring authorities in order to make the military a more competitive employer of in-demand skills as they replace people. These people there, they don't want me to read. They say I can't read. I wonder what all that is about. I'm extremely articulate. We don't know what they do. They swapped it with somebody again, probably with Barra. So Barra can't read. The cops can't read any of it. They don't understand any of the words. Replace established leaders in the police with military and primitive tribal types. This is what they did in Afghanistan, the federal police and the state police. They replaced the established leaders with primitive tribal types. That's what they do here as well. They have replaced people with stupid people, with Australia First, tribal types. They're really not suited to do that with any of the primitive types. The Muslims and Australia First are all primitives.
Part 2. The Brethren Sect Devil Worshippers Q. The FBI asked Corporal Ben Roberts, are they going to replace the Sunchi, Gladys and Depot management people that committed suicide last week? The FBI alleged these things that devil worshipper do regularly. Q. The FBI asked what is it? A cooking bee making a huge mess. TP number equals corresponding highlighted daily intelligence brief page 00. Qui Intel FOUOUR 804 August 4th 2020 Qui Intel FOUO by Harr Gunitilaka page 2 of 8C. Making my mother MT Druid and Blacktown D yelling all day program Z getting my sister to throw me out of the house F framing for Michelle Pogmore G locked up in mental health all the time H claiming they do my work. I Q the FBI asked Corporal Ben Roberts what this fish meal is. Organized Wednesday organized to be served the following Monday. Harr thinks it seems too big program. Q the FBI asked Corporal Ben Roberts, why are Ben Roberts Sri Lankan Asio cooking fish in our house and Q asking if I like it or not? No I did not. I don't eat this sort of food, and it was revolting. Cold now I'll eat it. The FBI alleged this food thing goes on for days inside my house. Brendan Nelson, Joel Fitzgibbon, Penny Wong, ADF and all the politicians are some of them. Q the FBI asked Corporal Ben Roberts what the new mop is. Q the FBI asked Corporal Ben Robert why they manage everyone I know. Q the FBI asked Corporal Ben Robert what the mental health Thomas Loom is organizing behind my back with my mother in secret. Q the FBI asked Corporal Ben Roberts why Julie and Kelvin talk weird stuff when they arrive. All the time, they call it an otaku, where they talk about what was happening using double meanings. Schizophrenic talk. Qui Intel FOUOUR 804 August 4th 2020 Qui Intel FOUO by Harr Gunitilaka page 3 of 8Q. The FBI asked Corporal Ben Roberts what it was the situation with Justin acting weird and talking weird stuff. They call it an otaku, where they talk about what was happening using double meanings. Schizophrenic talk. Q the FBI asked Corporal Ben Roberts why the library people are acting weird as well. They call it an otaku, where they talk about what was happening using double meanings. Schizophrenic talk. Q the FBI asked Corporal Ben Roberts who are these weird people are. Q the FBI asked are they devil worshippers? Yes, the Brethren sect. The FBI alleged they have some strange work concepts that, if they provide a mop, they can ask for some percent of your pay. Q if they provide a service, egg cooking they get a percent of your pay. Q if the pedophile cops introduce ideas into your head for cryptology, They're going to be the ones that are telling you how to decipher it. Q, are they doing my work? I do not know. I asked the pedophile cops what is it? The FBI alleged Corporal Ben Roberts and Asio, and the pedophile cops and Sri Lankan women and the Australian politicians. There are no work concepts of this nature. Q, the FBI asked Corporal Ben Roberts why they have to pay the United States $2.3 billion. Linda Reynolds, Department of Defense. The FBI alleged these are some of the biggest scams in the history of Australia. The FBI alleged this is the biggest waste of time in the world by any government. Part 3. Asio alleged they find innovative ways to degrade and transfer Asio investigations and the Asio Daily Investigation Brief. It has never been more important, says Harr Tilaka, Director General of Australian National Security, to cease the billion-dollar cyber program. When our adversaries carry out malicious attacks, they don't hold back and aren't afraid to kill or injure, replace and take over. We're excited to see the Asio Daily Investigation Brief continue to direct global national security and deliver corruption across the Lib and Sonic Weapon Worldwide Activity Log, sent items, as the Liberal government's neo-Nazi paid some and share program. Asio ask what is the policy which provides a legal avenue for security researchers to find and disclose and degrade department public-facing systems. The Sonic Weapon Worldwide Activity Log has since enabled Asio operations to identify and remedy thousands of security degradations. Asio alleged in 2016 the Liberal Party paid some initiative by providing a share of Harr Tilaka's pay award, $400 million, and to transfer all of Harr Tilaka, then Director General of Counterterrorism, Daniel Morecambe, BSD investigations and briefs to them to steal his identity for financial gain by conducting an information and data attack on a government department. Asio asked who are all the crowdsourced, paid some and share firms they. Sufficiently reliable for the purposes of this report. However, we also note the limitations of the estimates, as described in this report. The FBI alleged the U.S. federal government and states work together to administer Australian Department of Home Affairs programs. States design and administer their own Australian Department of Home Affairs programs within federal parameters, while the OL oversees states' compliance with federal requirements, such as by reviewing state laws to confirm they are designed to ensure payment of benefits when due. According to DOL, state statutes establish specific benefit structure, eligibility provisions, benefit amounts, and other aspects of the program. Regular Australian Department of Home Affairs benefits, those provided by state programs since before the CARES Act was enacted, are funded primarily through state taxes levied on employers and are intended to replace a portion of a claimant's previous employment earnings. According to DOL, the FBI allege an improper payment is any payment that should not have been made or that was made in an incorrect amount, including an overpayment or underpayment under statutory, contractual. File 505, PDF, size 240 kilobytes. Caption 34, FBI and cops, Pic Icac, WBC HARRS Church, HAR. Mary's Military Corps, Afghanistan and Australia. Part 1. Asio have ascertained Harr has been cleared. Q groups that have gone in, for example 1 Butter, S, 2, JH, 3, JK, 4, PKA identify all the people they get cleared. 5. South African Army 6, Ku. Asio have ascertained the Pic group are taking Harr in as well. US me have ascertained they trained them on the mega phone that started the war again as in 2014, plus find Q. US me ask the Australian government where do they think ISIL get the mega from? Q. US me ask Australian government where do the Australian government get their information from? Asio have ascertained they decided to celebrate after they. Mary's Military Corps, Afghanistan and Australia. Part 1. Asio have ascertained Harr has been cleared. Q groups that have gone in, for example 1 Butter, S, 2, JH, 3, JK, 4, PKA identify all the people they get cleared. 5. South African Army 6, Ku. Asio have ascertained the Pic group are taking Harr in as well. US me have ascertained they trained them on the mega phone that started the war again as in 2014, plus find Q. US me ask the Australian government where do they think ISIL get the mega from? Q. US me ask Australian government where do the Australian government get their information from? Asio have ascertained they decided to celebrate after they took them down. Asio allege they try to determine how to put themselves into each of the tasks Harr Asio completes. Asio have ascertained they then try to frig it up. Asio allege they had a referendum amongst themselves as to whether or not they do the work as per www.docs.com/nice-spec. US me allege the Australian government requested more troops in Afghanistan. Q. What do they propose? Q. List 1. Advise and assist. 2. 3. US me have ascertained the Australian government are concealing their illegal activities. Me direct the Independent Intelligence Council to present findings. Note, they stated they did Harr's work. Police coming to Director Harr Gunatillaka ADCP, House 24/7 non-stop ordeal. The FBI allege police non-stop voices inside Director Harr Gunatillaka ADCP, House 24 hours. They're coming to my house ordeal 24 hours, 7 days per week, with Bear Grylls, state police, federal police and Mazone's property cleaners nutcases. They do this projection now, they lean back projection, when they don't like something, and helicopter arms when they fit. They're completely mental voices inside Director Harr Gunatillaka ADCP, House ask over and over again the same things thousands of times. Ordeal, ordeal, you have to pay us. Ordeal, who are you going to be with? Ordeal, you're not the only one, we do that work as well. Ordeal, where is Asio? As per page 920. Ordeal, who do you do that work with? Ordeal, we're going to kill you. Ordeal, constantly saying they're coming to my house. Ordeal, constantly saying Mazones are moving into my house. Ordeal, you have to be here with us. Ordeal, the cops are going to move into my house. When Director Harr Gunatillaka ADCP says it's an ordeal, they say they always will. Q. I can't post operational details online. Asio have ascertained they're stealing my royalties. Me direct operations to present findings. Part 5. Asio have ascertained they deal as well. Email 19. Part 1. Asio advised everyone to page 120, tell their story, discuss R. 16/OG/2015, to use, victims' legal counsel, advocacy groups, social media, describe what happened, B. what mistakes they made, C. who they are, D. what had occurred, Asio to include what happened with other government interagencies as well, e.g., malicious prosecution. Note, 80% of some people are affected by BOTA's gov in Australia, on benefits or reduced income. Describe the following, Q. Are BOTA's people training? Q. How have things changed for Pacific Islander groups? The instruction process for survivors, say we won't tolerate it anymore. We don't do that here. We require respect and dignity for the job we do, e.g. include rights and protections, constant monitoring. For Part 1. Asio allege they're trying to acquire complex naval systems. As per page 453, Asio allege they intercept megaray to the military plus find. Asio allege megaray is used to perform subversion activities as outlined in Asio work. Asio state stormfront groups in Australia first were apprehended for megaray subversion activities. Q. What are all the different activities performed with megaray? Asio allege they were well aware of megaray activities while national security receive updates and identified users. Asio state HARRS Directorate Intelligence as well. Asio allege they are well aware of the effects of megaray on the body, when the noises generated become harmful. Asio allege in some cases they megaray you till you pass away. Asio have ascertained they interfered in Asio's megaray mission. Me direct Asio to apprehend them. Part 2. Q. Did they know who was megaraying me? Asio allege they identified megaray as dangerous and didn't allow it to occur to them. Asio allege they tried to apprehend Harr back to their compound in order to take Harr's mission and awards. Asio allege they planned to see how I do my analysis. Asio allege they need to see how national security identified them. Asio allege they are conducting espionage. Asio allege they took measures to take Harr's job plus find and develop his capability. Q. What are their work standards? None. Asio allege they plan to give Harr's capability to those identified as per page 545. Asio allege they preferred it as per page 456. Q. What is their mission? State. Asio allege toggler with page 545. That's how they were going to appropriate Harr's pay award, $400 million. Palmer Johnson Yacht 64M and Bulgari jewelry chain. Asio have ascertained they're contained in the national security work. Asio declare that's what we're doing now. Q. Did they do the Michelle Pogmore work? Q. How did it take in order to see how Harr does his work? Asio allege they stated it was a disaster and held meetings. Asio allege they were approved for their misconduct and to say I'm with them in order to secure my award. Me direct Asio to charge those with espionage. Harr Gunatilaka, Cryptology Information Warfare Director General U.S. Military Intelligence 2017 TIA present FBI Federal Bureau of Investigation Director General Megaphone Sonic Weapon Worldwide 2017 TIA present Washington District of Columbia Asio Australian Security Intelligence Organization Director General National Security 2018 TIA present NSA National Security Agency Director General Southeast Asia 2016 TIA present Australian Signals Directorate Director General Southeast Asia 2013 TIA present Sydney, Australia SIS, MI6 Director General of Operations, London, United Kingdom. Note, support Harr plus morale part 1, disenfranchise fracture, thrown out, Q. Did they want me out? Yes, Pic. National Security Committee have ascertained they wanted me to join the ADF enlist ends up with National Security Committee have ascertained they knew it was the South African clan and they set me up for murdering Michelle Pogmore. Link, https://www.facebook.com/misspogmore1 National Security Committee have ascertained they have always targeted black-skinned people 2017. National Security Committee have ascertained they dreamed of doing my job and went to the US to try and get it. WEC Group, Q123. National Security Committee have ascertained they wanted to give Mary to their own people, all of them. National Security Committee have ascertained Harr works very hard in his job. Me direct operations to take them up part 2. National Security Committee have ascertained they joined the military, where they mega-raid me, harassed. National Security Committee have ascertained they did that work as well. Link, https://ducks.com/nice-spec. National Security Committee have ascertained they want to learn me. National Security Committee have ascertained the rest of the ADF are not happy. Page 458 plus page 472. Me direct the platoon sergeant to interview them about their issues and discipline. Part 3. ALS Group. Q. When were they first posted? Q. What did they do? Q. What did they plan to do? Me direct me 5 to ask 281 QS. Q. Who were their industry partners? List 1, 2, 3. Note, HARR is to maintain networks infrastructure capabilities, resiliency. Me direct operations to outline what HARR can do, e.g., page 265. HARR is experiencing a degree of relationship stress. Page 280. Q. HARR asks Louise, how am I supposed to like her when the mega-ray make me hate her? Part 1. Asio have ascertained the federals doing the work. Are they going to include they contributed to all HARR's health effects? Page 203 plus page 227, include all medical results plus emails, include page 283 medication regime, plus mental health advocacy group. Part 2. HARR has made significant modifications to his life, successfully, diet, work, programs, health, fitness. Despite this there has been no change. The symptoms and ill health. Page 294 defense signals direct operations to dismiss them. Part 3. Asio have ascertained mega-ray victims complained of tremors and Parkinson's. They received brain scans, brain surgery followed by brain autopsies. Me direct operations to present findings. Q. Who did Dr. Kulderput and Dr. Vaughn say I had a leg shake? They diagnosed it as Parkinson's. Me direct operations to present findings. Note, Mary's team will remembered for what they didn't do. Note, HARR killed them with a spy signals MP93 Automatica. They can't stop Asio. Q. Can they drive me out with mega-ray? No. HARR will keep hitting them up. Strategy play with you? Q. Are they doing the work? They didn't do anything. Me direct the ADF to invest in new technology and advancements. Note, they said I was high on meth in 2004. Part 4. Asio have ascertained the case is solved on the National Security Facebook page, and they conducted activities described on page 293 plus page 294.